All right. So I am live. Good evening. Good evening. Aloha from Hawaii. Actually, it's evening here in Hawaii. I just came home from work after 12-hour shift. I wasn't going to do a go live. I wasn't planning on doing a go live tonight, but somehow the things that we talk about at work today led me to this, gave me an inspiration for this go live. Aloha, my name is Rina pala. If you are new or you don't know me, I am from Hawaii and I'm doing my go live to for my digital business. Let me just give it a few minutes or so, see if anyone's gonna join or watch this go live. Give me 1 second. Let me play some music muna. Mhm. If you are joining or watching the replay, please let me know where you are joining from because we want to know, let everyone know that we are very, very global. Let me see the music. Mhm. There's more music here. Let's do probably daydreaming. Let's see how that. Checking if my pages are online, but with this, ayan, nakakulit na pala si Hawaii Nurse Burger. Okay. So I have two pages actually. I don't know who's joining me, but whoever is joining me, let me know where you're joining from. And let's see. I'm gonna end the music so I can talk. So I'm gonna keep this short. Like I said, whoever is joining me, I may or may not see your comment. I will watch this replay later on. But again, my name is Rina. I am from Hawaii. Welcome, welcome to my page. I'm gonna get right on to the topic because I still have a lot of things to do on my business. I have to catch up with my business because I was working for 12 hours today and I just got home. It's 7:53 p.m. na dito sa Hawaii. So the topic or the question is, what is stopping you from retiring? Yun. This question actually came about at work today. Like I said, I wasn't gonna do a go live. I wasn't planning to do go live tonight, but the things that we talk about at work just gave me an inspiration, and it's exactly my topic here on Facebook for my business. It's all about retirement, right? So I'm going to start with what happened during the conversation. Actually, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to tell you who it is and whatnot, what the situation, what the thing is. But the story is basically one of the people at work made a comment of, sometimes you get tired of coming to work, you just want to be home. He or she just wanted to be home. So when he made that comment, um, of course, me and the other nurse, we have a smart butt, smart mouth, and we're like, "You are home. This is your home," which is true. If you realize that, we spend so much time at work that it's almost becoming like our home instead of our real home. Because look at me, I just worked 12 hours today. I spent more time at work than at home because at home by the time I get to my house, I just have to do my business and go to bed and get ready for another 12-hour shift tomorrow. So I actually work 3 12-hour shifts. So in the next 3 days, I'll be spending more time at work than at home. So going back to the story was so we told that person like, oh, you are home here, and it's like, no, And then it's like, I wish I was home doing this, blah, blah, blah with family. And so I asked the question, what is stopping you from retiring? Because that person is already, I think he's already in his 60s, he or she's already in her 60s. And in all honesty, he or she can probably retire anytime. But so I had that question, like, what is stopping you from retiring? And it's like funny how we have, it's like, what was the phrase that the person used? We have to have a balance of working and living. And that's like, yep, exactly. Work and life. And so I made a comment. So it's like, well, how can you enjoy life if you're still working? You're tied up with all the hours at work. I mean, we only get so many vacations per year. And even if we want to be away for a while, we can't because work does not permit, or sometimes money does not permit it, right? And it's like, yeah. And so we were having a lot of good conversation, and it came down to where I basically said, this is exactly why I am doing this digital business. Why? Because I don't want to work until I'm 60 or 65. I want to enjoy life. I mean, and I actually gave a hi, whoever is watching, let me know. Hi, Gemma. Kumusta ading? So I'm gonna keep speaking English just because I don't know who my audience is. But that's exactly my point. This is why I'm doing this digital business. Because I don't want to work forever. And so, naganan, we had more conversation about it. And then I even gave him an example of the comment on one of my posts. Because there was a post, I had a post about retiring, about someone that I know who is now at 72 years old and just retiring from the job. And one comment from, from whoever read my post or watched my post was, he knew, hello, Manong Rek, kumusta? I'm talking about retirement. What's stopping you from retiring? Whoever is joining me, thank you, aloha. So I gave him the example of, or I told him the comment of one of my posts. He basically, I forgot his name who made that comment, but he said he knows someone who had a huge money, huge savings of 401k, and when you retire at 70, you get more retirement money. After retirement, guess what happened to that person? He had a heart attack. 2 months. 2 months. Okay, not 2 years. 2 months after retiring, he had a heart attack and died. That story is not new. I have heard those stories many times. Many, many times. And it's like, oh, you have all this money. I don't know how much money he had. You have all this money, but you don't even get to enjoy it. Who's going to enjoy that money that you have or had? What if you don't have children? Yeah, perhaps children, but you work how many years? If you're 70, if you started at the age of 18, that's like what, 52? You've worked for 52 years of your life. Hi, Sandra, Taylor. um, thank you for joining. But I'm talking about retirement, and I was just talking about a conversation I had with my coworker who wished he was at home, and and he's like, I don't want to be at work today. Today is Saturday, so we work 12 hours, 12-hour shift. And he kept saying, I just want to go home and be home. And then we made a joke. It's like, you're home, you're at home, which is true because we tend, our work sometimes becomes our home because we spent so many hours working. Um, so my going forward to what I'm talking about now is the comment that one of the people that read or watched my post about retirement, when do you want to retire, is that he knew someone who had a lot of savings and a 401k, and then he didn't retire until he, oh my words, he didn't retire until he was 70. And so 2 months later he died. I mean, imagine, you know, retiring at 70, you have all this money in the world, and then to die 2 months later. And that's a common story. That's a very common story. And then, so that's the other point right there. Like, what is stopping you from retiring? And then another story I had today, it all happened today. I don't know if I can disclose what he does, but he works at the clinic as well where I work at. And then it was brought to my attention that he is 69 years old. 69 years old, and he's still working. He already retired, he's already getting his pension, but he's working again. That sounds so familiar to me. That sounds like my mom. May she rest in peace. My mom is in heaven already, but it's just the same as my mom before, nanay ko. She retired, but then she didn't have enough pension. The money that she was getting was not enough, so she decided to go back to work to have some more money. And that's exactly what I forgot his name, but the gentleman I was talking to, and I asked the same questions, and I'm like, he's also fellow Ilocano. He's like, I was like asking, why are you still working? And he's like, my pension is not enough. Even my wife is still working too. She's also a retiree. And that's the sad truth. Especially living here in Hawaii, the pension that we get is not enough to live here in Hawaii. Like, I'm going to go back to my tatay and nanay story. They retired, but they were not making enough money, not even enough to pay for a room, like a rental. To rent one bedroom was not even enough. So they had to go home to the Philippines. So circling back, what is stopping you from retiring? A lot of people nowadays, they keep working and working until they're, I don't know, 60 or 70s. My grandpa actually worked until he was in his 80s. What if there's a way for us to retire early? I found that out. I didn't know, I've always imagined myself working till I'm 65 until I can get my retirement money. But when I found this business, I realized that I can retire early. I'm going to give you one example before I go. It's because I have to work on my business. My coach, my mentor, and my coach, he quit 3 jobs, his 3 jobs at the age of 30. He retired at the age of 30, and he's receiving monthly income from this business for life. He is actually making more than a regular person's pension monthly for life. Think about that. Let that sink in. 30 years old. And lately, I have been seeing a lot of people who are in their 20s who are receiving the same amount of, of my coach, more than a retiree gets. That's awesome, isn't it? That's very, very awesome. And so, for the ones who are curious, if you are curious how to start this digital business and perhaps retire in 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, you can actually make it happen. It just depends on how much work you put into it. But yes, go to my website, rnrenabn.com, right there at the bottom, right there. Oh, my thing, it's not working. rnrenabn.com. Leave your name and email address, and I can send you more information. All right, for those who are going to watch the replay, again, please leave a comment. Let me know where you are joining from. And if you stayed with me the whole time, thank you, thank you, thank you. I forgot to do my gratitude. I am grateful for the vision, Lord. Um, like I said, I wasn't going to do a go live today because, 12-hour shifts, sometimes it's so tiring. I wasn't, but things that happened at work gave me an inspiration for this go live without even thinking hard because it was a story that happened just today. So it's still fresh in my memory, and that's why I decided to do the go live. But I'm also grateful for a nice weather. A very, very nice weather again today. I was able to take a nap in my car without having to turn on my AC. And one more thing to be thankful for. Okay. I am thankful for my friends, for our friends who are now my Hanai family. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you. We had fun last night. Okay. All right. I'm going to go now. Mahalo. Good night. Thank you. And always, always be grateful. Signing out. Aloha. Aloha.